What's up, guys? My name is Robert Donaldson, and today we are back with episode number 42 of Rob's Best Bets for the date of January 12th, 2023. As always, you can find me over on Twitter at RobDFB, and if you want more content like this in the future, please hit the like and subscribe button because it really does help out a ton. And before we get into this video, let's go over Wednesday's betting performance and just another day of some really nagging losses, or in this case, some nagging pushes with Xavier and Chicago State. And man, we're right on the cusp of really breaking out and having a really great day and really going on a really great run, but we'll take the profit. I mean, it's still a winning day, but could have been so much more, especially when you consider how West Virginia kind of closed out that game as well. That being said, we have a really fun slate of mid-major basketball today, so let's flex our mid-major knowledge here on Thursday and get right back into the green for 2 days in a row here. All right, for our first pick of the day, we are headed down to the A-Sun, where we have a very fun matchup between Bellarmine and Stetson, and we've bet on both of these teams a handful of times this season, and they're both quality ball clubs, but the pace of play in this game specifically is going to favor Bellarmine more, and in a pick'em spot, I like them at home to get the win outright. So let's take the Knights here on the money line for 2 units for our first play of the day. For our second bet of the day, we are headed down to the Southland Conference, where we have a matchup between Southeastern Louisiana and Texas A&M Commerce. And once again, we are going back to the well with C-Law here in a game that they're getting 8.5 points on the road. And listen, they just have the size, the rebounding, and the scoring potential that we love in these sorts of upset spots. So for 2 units, let's take the points, and for an additional unit, let's take C-Law on the money line here as well. For pick number 3, we are headed back to the A-Sun, where we have one of my favorite games of the day between Eastern Kentucky and Florida Gulf Coast. And we were on EKU in their most recent upset win over Liberty, and once again, we are taking them at home here. I think we're seeing this team hit their stride right now in conference play. So for 2 units, let's take them here, getting the 3.5 points, and let's throw an additional unit down here on the money line as well. For pick number 4, we are headed out west, where we have another great mid-major contest between Portland and San Francisco, and these are once again 2 quality teams that we bet on quite a bit this season, but Portland is far too good to be getting points here at home. So for 2 units, it's just a play on the line. Let's take the 2.5 points, and once again, let's throw an additional unit down here on the money line as well. For pick number 5, we are headed out to the Horizon League, where we have a matchup between Detroit Mercy and Youngstown State, and this is one of those games where defense kind of just goes out the window, but instead of taking the over here, I actually like taking a side here, and that side is with Detroit Mercy and Antone Davis. And if we're looking exclusively at scoring potential, I think Detroit is one of the few teams in the Horizon that can actually match Youngstown State's output on the offensive end. So let's take them here on the money line for 3 units for our 5th play of the day. For pick number 6, we are headed back out west, where we have one of the games of the night between BYU and Gonzaga. And for the 3rd straight game, we're going to fade Gonzaga here. And it's been paying off for us with 3 straight cashes on the point spread. And listen, Gonzaga has just been skating by too often recently, and BYU is a team that when they're playing right, they can really score, they have the athletes to match up defensively, and they can rebound. So give me the Cougars here. I'm getting the 6.5 points for 4 units, staying away from the money line from now just because we've been kind of getting burnt on sprinkling money line against Gonzaga, but I do like taking the 6.5 points for 4 units for our 6th play of the day. For pick number 7, we are headed out to the Summit League, where we have a matchup between North Dakota State and Denver. And it's been pretty cool to see Grant Nelson of North Dakota State getting some love on social media the past few days here because, man, we've known for a couple years now that he's just an incredibly special player. And with that said, I love the Bison to get it done here on the money line on the road for 4 units. I just think the Bison here have figured it out, and they're playing their best ball of the season right now as well. And that's a great position to be in at the turn of the calendar. For pick number 8, we are headed down to Kansas City, where we have a matchup between UMKC and St. Thomas, and this UMKC team is only getting healthier as the season goes on, and what we've seen from St. Thomas is when they go up against teams like this with good rebounding, good overall defense across the board, and good size especially, it's produced really inconsistent results for the Tommies. I really like the ruse here, so for 4 units, let's lay the 2 points at home for 8th play of the day. Alright, for our last pick of the night, we are headed back down to the Southland where we have a matchup between Northwestern State and McNeese State, and Northwestern State has started off slow in conference play, but in this matchup, they are the far, and I mean far superior team at every single level. So, with that said, this pick is pretty easy for me. Let's lay the 8 points here for 4 units for our final play of the day. All that being said, I want to thank all of you for checking out today's video, and if you want to show some love on this video, definitely feel free to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and as always guys, I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.